and says I'm live. So looks like Ginger Down Under's here. Tim's here, Kansas City Tim, that is. Ginger Down Under is, of course, a ginger that lives down under. So it's 10:30 a.m. Tuesday, where he is. He's in the future. Don't tell us what happens. Mark is here. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. And one of my whiskey YouTubers is live. Then Cruel is here. What's up? Watch Enthusiast says JJFFPPP. Patty DeWacker, interesting name, says hi. MM10's here. GH Woody's here. Todd's here, aka my rich friend. Joe Smoke is joining us. I haven't had you on here in a minute. Paul checking in from Dallas. Nate Dogg is here. Floridian checking in. And Leslie's here. Alrighty. Is this thing too far in the way? I feel like that's too far in the way. Whatever. Kind of is what it is. See, it's usually like, oh yeah, that's better. It's usually like over there. Hopefully the audio is still good. What's on the wrist is asking. Cruel Tennessee Mike's here. Terry's here. Says, what's on the wrist? Wearing my Citizen ProMaster Land AT6080 53L. I am actually wearing it's part of the theme of the week thing in the Discord, which I'll show that a little bit later. It's the Mixtape G-Shock Square. So still a Square fan. I have a few, nothing crazy, but well, that's not true. I have an MRG. That's pretty crazy, I guess. Paul says he likes the jersey. Yeah, Mark gave me this, and I have to say big thanks to Mark for making that happen. It's insanely cool. It's I've dubbed it my live stream jersey thing. If I can get my wardrobe, whatever. Let's see. Manny's here. Teddy's here. Doug, I'm ready for another story time. I have more to that story, but there's always additional stories I can do. But we're gonna talk. New hat looks great. Yeah, I just grabbed it. It was sitting over there. My hair was a little messed up, so I was like, I better throw a hat on. So Josh is here. Thanks for joining us. Josh, I have your patch over there. It's actually, if I go like this, you can probably see it. That over there, that's Josh's. I gotta send that to Josh. That thing right there. Tim is here. I've been able to hold the G-Shock Square count at 3 so far, says Van Cruel. What am I at? I think I'm over 3. I think I have like 4 or 5. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says, just took the truck for a test drive after changing the battery. Everything looks good there. My buddy Dane, #1 troll killer, is here. Oh, and Dane, to answer your text that you sent a little bit ago, yes, I will be doing a live. And you are wearing the Cruella DeVille. I don't know what that is. The Ghost V3 Explorer bought off Flippers. Okay. At least you have some hair, says Ginger. James Duffy is here. Thanks for joining us. And James, just between you and I, without letting the whole world know, I have that watch that you want. I have that. It's inbound. So I know I haven't messaged you back, but it's inbound. So let's see. Manny says, my wife just told my daughter you like the color orange. Allegedly, I've been told, yeah, many people tell me I like the color orange, so I'm still looking into that and learning more about it. Enrique's here. Hopefully, buddy, we'll see you when I finally nail down, which is probably going to be September for the Mimo annual Mimo meetup. So I know you're a busy dude, but hopefully you'll pop in. So Rob Turner's here. Sam's Dad Mustache Wax here. Skylar's here. Van Crew's giving me the list. He's got the GWM 5610, the GWM 5610U, and then he's did the metal case mods, and then of course the GW 5000U unmodded. Those are all good models. Brad Oliver, first time on live. I thought I've seen you here before. Evan's here. Larry C's checking in. Not fully committed to orange. Surprising. I have, well, some of the non-orange watches that were already in my collection are still here and will remain. Some of them do, but I have a higher level of commitment to the orange dial watches for sure. And actually, one of them, this one just showed up. This new citizen here, this guy here, just showed up from Saltzman's, and I'll be doing a video review on that. I might pick that up because I ended up just, a little side story, and I have to be careful of how much I'm gonna, tell on this. Yeah, I might have to pick this up. I'll talk to Evan. This looks good. I'm digging that. That's a pretty good sports watch right there. Like, what do you guys think? That that looks good. I'll just yeah, I'll see what kind of deal I can get on it. So yeah, the orange dial Smith's diver, I forget what it's called or whatever. I had to do a chargeback on it, so it's like held up. They shipped it, but it never went anywhere, and then I don't know what's going on with there. So let's see. Brad says he's doing strap changes on his watches, and he's got the live stream running in the background. That's pretty cool. Hey Rob, let's see here. Bunch of JFPs going on here. Hey Rob, have you seen that new original design San Martin with an orange dial? Yes, that is. It is. We'll look at that. Hold on a second. We'll look at that. I'm going to show this first. So yeah, you can kind of see it's definitely got some glimmer to it. It's a sunburst for sure. So for sure. Yeah, and that's what I was worried about, and I feel bad about doing that. But when I bought the watch for like 560, if it ships, then I'll cancel the back charge or whatever. Like but it's held up, and I'm not going to just wait around. I understand things happen, and I've talked to Eddie before. I've talked to him on the phone a few years ago, and I've been emailing back and forth with him. I know he's an older gentleman, and his nephew's helping out do the time factors and everything. And they got a good thing going. So I'll say a prayer for him. I wish him all the best. I have no issue with Eddie or the time factors or the Smith's brand or anything like that. It's just I got to protect. I can't just throw $560 away, because I even labeled it in the title. Like, how much do I spend on watches? If I were to try to, and we'll try to run through this in a little bit, but we'll try to run through approximately how much I spend on watches every month, because I think there's a big misconception. For one thing, there's still a lot of people that watch my channel that tend to think that all these watches I show on the channel are mine, and the reality is like 95% of them probably are not mine. The other 5%, what do I spend on them? Well, let's see if we can figure it out. I think I have a rough idea, but it's going to be difficult for me to like really lock it down because I'm not 100% sure. But I can probably guess. Now let's go look up. Let me see if I can find the site first. Okay, I think I have it. So let me share the screen. So somebody was saying there's a new orange dial, San Martin, that is kind of their original design. So if it's new, it should be under new arrivals, right? We'll accept some cookies. That's fine. View more. I'm not seeing an orange dial yet. I might not be looking in the right place. It's the brown. Greg's saying it's the brown. So this one, that is. Oh, I see. Thanks, Greg. So that guy. It messes me up because I didn't know there was other colors within all that. So yeah, pretty good looking watch. Will I buy one? I don't know. I don't think I'd do it on the mesh. It looks better on the either the blue strap. Okay, so you select here. It's only $200. Light orange. And probably just get it on. You know what? Oh no, I'm not paying extra for the bracelet because the bracelet's probably not that good. Well, you know what? I don't know. Does anybody have the Melanese on it? Because I don't know what the clasp looks like. If it's just that like fully adjustable one, I don't really want to pay $40 for a bracelet I'm not going to use. But yeah, so I'll probably pick one up. It looks good enough. I mean, what do you guys think? The blue, this one looks good too. And there's a lot of orange on that, but I don't want a blue dial. Hmm. Interesting. I'll have to look at it. I might pick one up. I wonder if I think San Martin, one of them was sending me it'd be better with the green and orange. What other colors are there? Okay, so it's just those. So there's that one, Terry. Like it's kind of like a mint green with the orange. That looks good with the brown. I like the use of colors there. Pretty good. Floridian says pick it up and then flip and then sell it on flippers. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All about the university, yeah. Okay. Let's go back to this. Okay. I think I missed some comments. Benjamin says I always think of tequila sunrise with that dial color. Dane says gross. Okay. Um, Greg, I think, is giving me a coupon code. Well, it's already at 38% off. I'm not a big like shop the sale kind of guy. Like if I like the watch, the price doesn't matter to me as much as maybe it should. Um, Evan says San Martin, isn't it a cheap brand? We got to rearrange those words a little bit. I think San Martin um, offers a very affordable watch that's better than its price point would indicate. Does that make sense? So it's they're really good watches for the price point, I guess is the best way to say it. No, Nate Doug, that wasn't my rule. Those were like pretty solid suggestions for other people, not for me. I'm running a YouTube channel about watches, so I get a full pass. And then there's like 2 or 3 personalities all up in there. So you got Random Rob, then you have Rob, and then you have I don't know, I just make up another one. What is this? Let's go look this up. SBGE. No, I'm not going to. It's very unlikely that I will buy a Grand Seiko. Oh yeah, where have I seen this? I have I think when I was just randomly like searching up orange dial watches, this Grand Seiko had popped up. Oh, you guys can't see my screen. Well, let me share my screen. There. So this is the watch that James Duffy was talking about. I don't know if I can get it. We don't want that. So yeah, pretty good looking Grand Seiko orange. Not bad at all. You're not wrong, Dane. You're actually not wrong. And I'm not a hater. Like we've had very long discussions on this. I'm just saying that Grand Seikos are like boats. When people buy boats, that's the best day of their life is the day they bought the boat, and then or the best day The two best days of a boat owner is the same as the two best days of a Grand Seiko owner: the day they bought it and the day they sold it. That's what I say. So they're basically boats. Uh, Tim, those are Tim's words, not mine. I do agree with him, but those are his words, not mine. That's yeah. You pretty much yeah. You got a pretty good grasp on it. Let's see here. Breitling Aerospace Orbiter is cool. Disgusting. Bronze Zelos is wonderful. Patina. I was trying to get to that one. Yes, that is a very cool watch. Zhao does orange awesome, but Alan likes the color orange. So, and he's a watch enthusiast as a brand owner. So he's going to do a better job with his orange style watches. The people over at Grand Seiko, they're making great watches, but, whatever. I'm not going to, I'm sure they're fine. I still have a drawer full of white dial watches too, Manny, by the way. I haven't, those have just been put on pause. They've been put on pause. I have, well, there's one on the table right there, actually, the Oak and Oscar. So, oh, shoot. What were we talking about? I swear we were talking about something else before I got way late on this. Plus, Zhao has a Baltimore push for the Orioles. Yeah, also true. Any Android Aragon fans here? I know there are some OG fans of those brands. GH Woody, Greg Woody in the comment section has very intimate knowledge of Android Aragon and knows like the people that created it and everything. So Visitor does nice orange. That's very good. That's a strong possibility, potentially, but I'd like to roll this orange dial thing for a while. Like somebody just posted up a link for the 6 best orange dial watches in the Discord, and I was looking at that, but I think I could do a better job. Let's see. Aragon watches looks cool. Okay, so if we go, let's close that. Let's close that. Oh, dang. Oh my God. That watch looks nuts. It literally looks like it's paper drawn on. I'm speechless. I missed the boat on these. I'll probably be able to pick one up. Like one of these guys will sell it or something. But there was this one, and isn't there another color too? I think. Yeah, it just looks like a drawn. It looks like a drawn watch. They did such a good job on it because when you look at it, even this picture that Mike took, when you look at it, it just looks like something he drew and then cut out and then put on his wrist. It literally it tricks your mind. And I dig that. That's what makes G-Shock so dang awesome. Yeah, Tim says the baby blue. So they did the baby blue and this white one, and they sold out. They sold out. So I think they'd be very difficult to get now. I gotta get one of these in. I gotta get these in, guys. So if one of you guys that bought them in the group will loan them to me, I have to see these. I have to do a video on this. This thing is bonkers. That is so dang cool. What is this? What's going to happen to the Notice watches that you bought back? I don't remember which one. I know this is bad, and this is probably all part of the how much do I spend on watches. I don't even. I think I bought 2 extra. I don't remember how many I bought, so I don't really have any solid plans with them. But I don't know. Like I know one's going to my son, and then I don't know. I really don't know. I thought about giving one to my dad, but I actually still am building the or sending over to Larry the father son build because I just got the movements in like the other day, so I need to get those out to Larry. I'll hit him up here soon. So today, this thread here that you're looking at, for those that aren't in the Discord group, this is the theme of the week. Today was like Casio or G-Shock, so everyone was wearing their Casio and G-Shocks, as you can see in the wrist shots posted up. And there was my wrist shot. So if you look at the themes for the week, though, if you guys are not in the Discord and you want to follow along, they are right here. So um, can you guys? Hopefully, you guys can read that. I can't read it on my screen very good, but I'm also blind in one eye almost. So today was G-Shock Casio. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is Hamilton Bulova Timex. Wednesday is Seiko or Citizen. Thursday, San Martin Seastern Eddie's Dive. I don't know what that one is. And I can't pronounce that. Or Islander. So I have some Islander. Friday is Notice, Zelos, Raven, Dryden, or Microbrands. I have pretty much all of those, minus the Zelos. Saturday, Zodiac, Omega, Breitling, Tudor. I have none of those. And Sunday's twist that vintage inspired and make something work. So real quick, I wanted to jump over to what? So hopefully no one gets mad. I gotta look at this. So Joe and the Badger, I've hung out with him a bunch of times. He's a professional tattoo artist. He goes, this guy drew on it, drew his own art on, and has been a pain in the ass for 3 hours now. Not my customer because I don't deal with shit. Wow. Joe does really good dog park rants, by the way, too. At the end of this, I'll see if I can link something. He hasn't done one in a while, but he's not taking no for an answer and is changing his thoughts up every. So the guy's like completely unreasonable. He's unrealistic with what he wants and stuff like that. And no, probably, I'm sure there's some tattoo artists out there that'd be like, whatever, dude, I'll do it. But probably all the guys in Joe's shop are going to be like, no, get out of here. So anyway, what I wanted to do is David had posted up this, and this is a Time and Tide article. I think it was released recently. When was this released? I think this article was released recently. So 6 of the best orange dial watches. Listen, Time and Tide is great. They do a great job and everything, right? But I am totally going to make a video, and I'm going to take this idea, 6 of the best orange dial watches. I'll probably just label it as the best orange dial watches you can buy. And I'm going to acclaim the authority on orange dial watches, definitely in the affordable segment. And I will make a video showing the best. These ones are good. Literally, this is the one that's on my desk right now that I'm probably going to buy. Manny says we need another Random Rob collab. It's in the works. It's actually happening really soon, very soon. And then, of course, the Seiko 5KX. So the first 2 are bangers. I 100% agree. They would be on my list as well. The Nomos I don't have, but I agree. Also, an amazing orange dial watch and great movement, great company, all of that stuff. Doxa, orange dial. Also, can't argue against that. I personally have the 300T. It's on the desk, not the 300 with the weird crystal, but also agree. Awesome watch. So far, we're good. Okay, here's where you lose me. The Hublot Big Bang orange ceramic. I'm sure it's a really cool watch. A, I can't afford it. B, I don't even really like the way it looks. Now this one, you kind of pull me back in a little bit. I actually really do like the way this one looks, this AP. But even if I could afford it, I don't see myself buying an AP. I just don't. If somebody would make a homage watch that looked kind of like that, I would be all about it. I think it's a cool looking watch. But yeah, insanely expensive. So those are the 6 watches. So I think I can probably do a pretty dang good job. Of course, you had to have a couple like higher end ones up there too. So okay, let's go back here. Let's look at some comments. Paul says he loves Nomos. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. The issue I have with Nomos is like I know it doesn't really fit my aura, my vibe. Like it just won't work for me. Um, Anonymous Watch Guy says the orange Titoni C scoper that he has. I think I've done a video on one too, or had it on a Sunday Fun Day. I agree with you. That's an awesome looking watch. I don't own one, but that's really cool. Squale as well. I'll have to look into that. That could potentially get bumped up on the list because it's affordable and I really do like them. I like the 1521 case, so I'll see what options they have. Clearly, the Orange Monster will be on there. There's multiple options with that as well. Van Krul says, I actually don't mind the mix of Roman and Arabic. I like the way that looks. I actually do. Invicta Orange Dial, I doubt it. Where is the Orange Devil Diver? I've owned that watch now like twice, and I've always sold it. And I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up again. We'll see. It's I think it's a great Orange Dial watch, and I really love the way the markers are put on. Trap Visions here. Thanks for joining. Orange Zelos. There are a couple. Let's see. Hope the Vero Orange would make your list. My list would probably be a lot longer, and then I would maybe do some sort of experiment where I could like be like this or that, and then eliminate some. So then I can narrow it down to a reasonable to help people better decide. I think if they somehow want to value my opinion on Orange Dial watches, I could probably narrow it down to 5. Let's see. Yes. ZRC Grand Fonz 300 Tangerine, great orange, but I had to get rid of it. It just doesn't work on my wrist. That's what I was worried about as well. I still potentially could pick that up before the end of the year or near the end of the year. But man, I got a birthday coming at the end of this month too, and I need a birthday watch. So that Citizen isn't going to count because that's I wasn't expecting. I wasn't even looking at that one, so that one doesn't count. That I know that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. Let's see. Love the Saturna PHO. Oh, yeah, that orange is a weird orange, and I do want to wear this watch again soon because it's kind of a yellowy orange, like a Forsythia orange almost. It's still a great looking watch. Let me move this guy. We'll put this guy here. I haven't even honeymooned with that watch at all yet. I have not really worn that watch much, let alone the Doxa. I did, like Nate Dogg said earlier, I've broken my advice to everybody about, giving yourself that honeymoon period, maybe 30 days or whatever number you want to pick. I've completely broken that that advice. And I'm paying the price for it because I want to wear the Doxa, and I even want to wear that new Islander, and I want to wear the Certina and whatever other Orange Dial watches I bought. I just went on a buying frenzy, so I kind of messed up there, and now I'm struggling to wear them. So I'm over here I'm following the theme of the week because it's system overload. So I'm just like, Tim said wear this watch today, so I'm just going to wear that watch. Sunny D. Oh, we all grew up on Sunny D, didn't we? Let's see. Skylar, Rob, are you planning to go to the New York Wind Up Watch Fair? As of now, yes. I need to talk to some more locals in New York. If you're local in New York, let me know. But I know a few other locals in that area. But I am, I'm concerned about everything that's going on in New York, but I think the reality is where we're going to be and going to the show and being with a group of people and stuff like that. I think none of that's really going to matter. I think it's going to be a non-issue. So Yeah, too many watches, not enough wrist time. I could do midday switches. I'm just usually typically I don't like to do that. I like to at least give the whatever watch I pick the entire day. Let alone, if I can't give them that honeymoon phase, then I try to at least give them that all day. So Skylar says I am local in New York from Brooklyn. Okay. Is it how? I mean, does it seem like crazy, or is the media just kind of like, you know, feeding us a little bit of propaganda and fear mongering and stuff like that? I mean, I know there's always weird stuff going on in New York, and I know all the stores are closing in sections and stuff like that. But one of the things I love about New York is being able to walk everywhere. That's like, I mean, New York City is actually my favorite city out of like, Detroit, Chicago, New York, San Francisco, all Atlanta for sure. All the places I've been so far, New York has been my favorite city. But I like to just walk everywhere, just walk around and everything, and see and experience it all. So I'm concerned that where I'm going to be walking, is there going to be like multiple blocks where just everything's closed and it's just dirty and run down and there's no bodegas open and stuff like that. Like I don't That's not the New York I want to see. So if that's the way, like, where I'm going to be walking, if that's the way a lot of it is going to be, then I'd rather not go and give it time to recover and go back when it's the New York that I remember. Yeah, and Bean Boy is awesome. He does the same thing. He walks all over the place. He's walking, exploring everything, before I even meet up with him, and then he hangs with me, and then we go do it, and he's already seen half of it, but he's still down to just do it again. So James Duffy, I will be in New York during windup, but I will be working at New York Comic Con all those days. Oh, you're going to be busy. Maybe in the afternoons we can meet up. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if you're going to be, available after work, because that would be cool. Let's see. Trap says he was in Times Square, didn't have any issue. Yeah, I was in last year. Greg and I went to Times Square. We didn't have any problems. Went to the what is it called? The Swatch store, and picked up a couple of those 50 fathoms type watches. Yeah, I'll probably end up. I just did the video on those and everything, and I was talking to, is his name Nathan? I think Trafford. I think I'm gonna end up getting one of those. That okay. Real quick, I want to touch on this, Nate Dogg. It was it was a full go. It was ready to be produced, and then I had a conversation with them because they're doing, without giving too much information, they're doing some changes to their logo. To they're not like changing their brand or anything like that. It's still Swiss Watch Company USA, but they're switching their logo up a little bit. So I decided to wait on producing my dial because I wanted my dial to have. I'm pretty excited about what they've just decided to do. So I want my watch with them to incorporate that. So it's been, um, I guess, postponed, but it's in the works right now. So it's still happening. It's happening now instead of like a few weeks ago. Um, I forgot about DC. DC is right up there. I might go New York as my favorite city, and then DC is right there competing with it, and then right behind it would be San Francisco. Well, wait till you see the new one, because the new logo is just cool. It's not coolish; it's just cool. So, um, let's see. Paul says I'll probably go to New York, definitely in Chicago. I'm gonna miss you in Chicago. I know that's where we like met and hung out the most, but I am going to be in Wisconsin, I think. Something like that. I can't remember. Wherever my wife tells me to go. Yeah. James says the SWC logo always reminds me of a great gazoo on the Flintstones. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be it's cool. It does kind of remind me of another logo, but it still looks cool. Skylar says Manhattan is a little crazy, but you'll be fine, Rob. If you wait for it to recover, you might be waiting a very long time. But again, it's not that bad. I got your back. All right, cool. If you'll hang out with me and you got my back, I'll go. I'll go. I'm probably the plan is I'm going to drive into New Jersey, ditch the car, and then take public transit or Uber Black SUV, whatever the most expensive one I can find is. Actually, not joking, and get into the city and get to where we're staying and then kind of navigate from around there. But I want to bring my wife. She has not been to New York City and I want her to see it. This will be my third trip there. I'm super excited to go and share that experience with her so she can see. We're going to do some of the touristy things. I'd like to book a Broadway show, and I have an invite to go check out the Empire State Building and see a private museum type thing. So, no, I'm probably not going to take the train, Mark. I probably won't. I legit will probably actually ride over in like an Escalade or something, just because why not? Trap is planning on, dude. This is we gotta go. Like everyone's going, right? It's a new venue. It's going to be massive. For anybody that watched my video or anybody else's video on the Wind Up San Francisco show, there, from what I'm being told by some Worn and Wound people, is the venue in New York is big. Like he didn't tell me exactly, but he's like it's big. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yes, yeah, I'm gonna go check that out, Billy. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the train is Amtrak. Yeah, I'm definitely not riding that. Is there like a VIP area in the train, like where I can get like gin and tonics and stuff? Yeah, Boulevard definitely has some bangers for sure. Maybe I'm gonna have to pick up that Devil Diver now. I gotta see if I can find a good deal on one. I need to wear the watches I have. Stop encouraging me to buy more. They have a business class. That's the best they do. Okay, we'll see. I'll look at it. If Mark, if you think I should take the Amtrak, maybe I'll check it. Oh wait, Bean Boy says Amtrak, whatever that is, has first class. Where's that one at? Leslie's taking the train. Everyone's taking the train. I guess I got to take the train. Let's see. TGV did a great vid on the Bulova Museum. Not sure if there's public entry. There isn't. You have to have private invite. It's not open to the public. But I'll have to go back and watch his video. I don't remember watching that one. So I will. I too will also make a video on it. Probably not as good as his, but I'll do whatever I can do. Michael says going to be in Long Island Watch's backyard. Mark must be stoked. Yeah, he's always super excited. I mean, it was great hanging out with Mark and his crew in San Francisco. And then unfortunately, I'm going to miss him in Chicago, like I said. But the New York show is just bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. And Mark is like, I mean, yeah, he's crushing it. He's just crushing it. So it's awesome. Dane's never been to New York. I bought your last diver, I think. You bought my last diver? I don't know which one that is. If you're in New Jersey, Amtrak train will be cheap, maybe $7 in from Hoboken. So I'll look into that. But Dr. Bob's Night Beer with the 199 super sticker. Very cool. Thank you, sir. I'm definitely going to the Chicago show. Yeah, I figured you'd be to that one, Trap. Well, hopefully. So if anybody's looking, if you're not able to make it to the Chicago show, Trap will be there. I'm sure there'll be some other YouTubers there, but Trap will be there. He'll probably do a bunch of live streaming and he'll get some video content. So you can go over to Trap's Trap Vision 3D channel and you'll be able to see the show because he'll document it. Sam's dad, Mustache Wax, says, I'll be your cameraman so I can get into the Beloved Museum. I don't know if I'll be able to bring anybody. So if you take a train, I'll hold the sign at the platform. That would actually be kind of fun. but I need it to say Mike Honcho. Don't have it say Random Rob. It needs to say Mike Honcho. If you stand there, Mark, I need you to get like your own jersey like this, because this is the Mark that got me this for everyone that doesn't know. I need Mark to get a matching. It doesn't need to say this. It needs to say your name on it or whatever. But if you hold up the sign that says Mike Honcho and you wear one of these jerseys, I'll wear this one, and then yeah, we'll go party on the train, business class. Um, let's see, what is this? Tim says, I can't wait for the rando YouTube comments complaining about your free video coverage. Yes, Evan, and you get mugged for free. Yes. You know what? Tim, I didn't have those comments when I literally did the San Francisco, when I just did the walk around, and I couldn't show the watches. I just couldn't. So all I did was that walk around, and I didn't have any complaints. So maybe I'll just do that. Hey, look, it's Bobby Legs. You coming back to New York in October for Watch Time Windup? Yes, that is the plan. So hopefully I'll see you there. I think I met you at Windup 2 years ago. I don't think it was last year. I think it was 2 years ago. So it was actually cool to meet Bobby. And I think I seen Amin and a few other people that, I didn't really think I'd meet, but they were there. So that was pretty cool. Paul says, let's see. Oh, whoops. Sorry, hold on. I'll get to that. What is the black dial on the desk with the black strap? That is a Luminox. This guy here. It's actually a new release from Luminox. It's pretty cool. I just got it in from Saltzman's. So I'll be doing a video on that soon. It's just, they do some cool stuff. I know it's not everyone's bag, but it's still pretty cool. Rob, my daughter shares a birthday month with you. She was just born on the 15th. That's awesome. Congrats, Steve. Yes, 2 years ago, Bobby says. Let's see. Is it really that bad? Just carry a crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah. Love those movies, those old movies. No sports talk. It might look chunky, but it just isn't. It's a good size. That Luminox is actually pretty Goldilocks, I would consider. It's a good mid size. It's not too big, not too small. It's pretty solid. What up, Nate Doug? Let's see. Tim says thank you to everyone. Well, me and everyone else that said congrats on the new baby. Dennis the Speed Menace says, "What's up, Rob?" All righty, where are we at? What day are you going, Rob and Trap? When I go, I will probably avoid Saturday. I will attempt to go, and I don't know if I'll be able to go more than one day, but I potentially could go there Friday and Sunday, but I will avoid Saturday. I'll go do something else Saturday. But I'm also going to extend the trip either on the front side or the back side because, like I said, I'm driving. So let me read some comments here. Come down to Dallas. I would love to come down to Texas soon. I'll have to do that. Let's see. Jordan, random, I know, but what is the thing holding the Random Rob coin on the left? What is the thing holding? Are you talking about this thing on the right? Are you talking about this thing? It's like if you're talking about that, this is like a thing I bought on Amazon. It just splits apart. You can get them in different sizes. It just splits apart. So you can just put whatever you want in there. Like, I don't know. Like put this in there. And then just close it. And then it like suspends. So you can put all kinds of stuff in there. They're pretty cool. If that's what you were talking about. I may do the entire weekend, says Trap. Oh, excuse me. Evan says, I like your VTEC engine, Rob, Dream engine in an old school Mini Cooper S. Those are really cool. if you've never, so I was super, super fanboy of the OG, Mini Cooper S or Mini Coopers, like the old school ones, right? The ones that we never got in the States, but now you can import. And I had the opportunity to buy one. We were at a car show in Traverse City, and a guy had one there for sale. Had a little bit of body damage on the back corner, but it was pretty superficial. I wouldn't even fix it. I don't care. Those cars are known to like rust and stuff like that. So I would just rock it out. Greg, I'll bring it up in a second. So wife and I, the guy was like, "Yo, come take it for a test drive and stuff." So we went and took it for a test drive, and I'm a little heavy right now. I was not as heavy then. Those cars are so freaking small and so shitty that, like, I can't imagine putting like a VTEC engine in one of those, let alone driving it in the way it is. Like you watch them in the movies and do all the crazy stuff with those little Mini Coopers, and it's really cool to watch the chase scenes and stuff with them. But those classic minis are, it was not fun to drive. It was not fun to drive. So I don't think I would ever drive one of those. Now this old school Volvo 240, 100%. Isaac, I was literally just looking at those because there are a couple for sale in my area, different generations and stuff. But there was one 240 that I think it has a little over 300,000 miles on it, which who cares? But it still looks solid. I would totally rock an OG Volvo 240. Engine swap it or something. So, okay. Greg wants me to mention, and I can do this over here. I just got to share my screen because Paul had mentioned the Texas thing. So if we go to shit, what did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Okay. Whew. Okay. I hit a wrong button and this thing popped up on the screen. I didn't know because I wasn't over on my second screen. I almost had an issue. Okay. So the Intersect watch show. I did the Atlanta one, which was awesome. I love the concept that Intersect is doing. They just, it's such a different vibe at the show. It is so dang cool. So that's great that they have pictures and stuff up. So here's most of the brand owners and some other people that are associated with it. So you can see like Marcus from Formax and Mike from Christopher Ward. And I don't know everybody. There's RT from Colorado Watch. You got Wes here and Cullen from Notice and Peter from Jack Mason. And, you got Alan from Zao and Jerry from Dryden. And I probably missed some people, I'm sure, but you get the point. So Los Angeles is going to be the next one. And that's July 27th. Not sure I'm going to make that one. Pretty much doubting it at this point because I'm going to probably I got a lot going on this summer. So anyway, but if you guys are in the Los Angeles area or can make that commute, you got to go and you got to RSVP because they fill up. They're a little bit smaller venue. Yeah, Manny. So just do the RSVP, get signed up and go. It's in Long Beach. So it's actually, Manny, you missed it, but it's where they're doing it is the Alter Society. That's where we did the Random Rob launch watch, except for now they've added space in that venue. So, but I might make this Austin trip. That's November 16th. So if you're in the Texas area, I know Texas is massive, but if you are not too far away from Austin or you can make that journey, the Austin one will be really cool as well. You can just sign up the email here to get onto the RSVP. The other one, you just do it in it, you get registered for the RSVP. But the lineup, Dryden, Finch, Formex, Jack Mason, Laurier, Notice, Raven, Zao, Vortic Watch with Colorado Watch Company will be there as well. So basically, right here is you're the kind of the core group of guys here, and people actually we have some. There's yeah, so they're there. There you go. Check those guys out. Michael says, "I know it's early, but go Lions." Yeah, go Lions. Yeah, maybe go Lions. Maybe. I'm not big into sports, but I will support some Michigan teams occasionally. Let's see. I love that Texas show. Let's see. James Duffy says I'll be in San Diego on Intersect weekend for San Diego Comic Con. Too many nerd conflicts. I know we briefly talked about it because I just was hanging out with James Duffy in San Francisco, and I know we briefly talked about the Comic Cons. I just thought it would be cool to go spectate it one time, but he works at them, so it's a little bit different perspective. So I think it would be cool to go see it. It's just probably like I think it'd be cool to experience at least once, maybe just for like a couple hours or something. I'm not like big into Comic Con or anything like that, but I know it's a big deal to a lot of people, so it'd be cool to see it. I didn't even think about that. Watch spotting there. There might be some like super, super geeky stuff there. There's probably some like crazy stuff there, off the wall stuff. Some pretty eccentric people, maybe potentially. So you might see some eccentric watches. It'd be kind of cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? Evan, Kerry King put out a solo album. You know what? I think he was always kind of talking about doing something like that anyway, wasn't he? That was part of the reason why they, I think, kind of retired. I'm not a huge fan of Kerry King, like personally. I know he's like kind of caused some problems and stuff like that, but I'll have to check that out. I didn't know. I have not heard it, so I need to go listen to it. Didn't know it was out. Somebody make note of that to remind me to check out Kerry King's new solo album because I'll forget. Let's see. Let's see. Brandon says, after seeing that new skeleton Christopher Ward 12, I'm really hoping they start to put this. I'm 100% with you on that one. Personally, I like to see it in the divers. I like the dive watches. And some of my favorite dive watches from Christopher Ward are those earlier models where they debuted the SH21 and they were full skeleton and stuff like that. So those are my favorite ones. They're a little pricey, but I think it's a really cool movement. It's a really cool watch design. So where are we at? We got a little bit of time. Is anybody curious or can speculate? You know what? Better yet, how about we do this? How about you guys speculate? Why don't you guess what you think? Now, I don't know 100%, but I can ballpark it. How much do you think I spend? You can guess per month or annually, but you can probably guess per month. I buy enough watches. How much do you think I spend per month, even if it's averaged out, I guess, on watches? But like, what would you guys think it would be? Like, just guess. I love skeleton watches. Just hard to read. Yeah, skeleton watches are more difficult to read, but they just look really cool. See, Scott's guessing 1,000. That's pretty solid guess. Tim says 2,500. Mike says 3,500. Brandon says 5 grand, 1,500 monthly, 500, 2,000, 4,800. Okay, so I can tell you this: it's definitely not. There's no way. It's not like $2,000 or $3,000 a month. There's no way it can be if like averaged out. It might be closer to the 1.2 mil. It could be. No, you guys would notice. There you go. There you go. Paul nailed it. $1. I want to go over. So, the sad part is now I need to actually probably go figure out exactly how much I actually spend. Here's the best thing I can explain. It's probably more than I think, but lower than you guys think. Much like it is with probably my watch, how many watches I own. Um, Now keep in mind, I get really good deals, because I'm a influencer, so I have these negotiated terms. So I get good deals on certain watches, not everything, but like I paid full price for that Certina. I didn't even reach out to Teddy Baldessar, which he may have worked with me. I don't know. I didn't even reach out to him. I just paid full price, so that was like just over $1,000. Um, but recently there's been a surge in purchasing with the orange dial watches. So it's spiked up, no, but it'll come back down and then it'll go back up. So over the last probably couple of months, I've probably spent, a solid 3,500 to $4,000 roughly in there, somewhere in that price point. But there's some, slowdown in certain areas as well. So if I had to guess what I actually spend per month, it's probably around that $1,000 price point, somewhere in there, give or take, say $1,000. So I don't think you could take 1,000. I don't think there's any month where I don't buy a watch, and I won't. I can't do a spreadsheet, Nate Dog. I just can't because there's. I mean, I could, but like I don't want to. So um, the reality is, and this is so bad because I know there's a lot of people out there that just they don't operate. But you got to understand, it's the YouTube channel and my manic behavior and everything that all plays into it. This isn't like real life sort of thing, right? So yeah, I do pass deals on to you guys, but how? Okay, so there again, like it's also difficult to judge how much I really spend because it's some go out, some come in, some go out, some go in. So there's a rotation, but every time I sell watches, there's usually a loss associated with those as well. So yeah. So, and I do sell a lot of watches, and that is to help fund those new watches coming in. So that's where it would get really, really difficult to. The only way to really track it would be a spreadsheet, but I can't do it. I would have to have somebody else do it for me. So, um, you're also not wrong. I've thought about this. The numbers that I throw around with discretionary income, with like buying and selling watches and stuff, could easily buy me a couple more properties. Easily. It's clearly not wise to do what I'm doing, but dang, I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I'm not going to stop now. Yes, there is a third Vice watch in the works. So that is in the works. I'm probably right there with you, Tim. I'm right there with you. And what really happens with me is I'll buy a watch, and I do remember that I spent $1,000 on that Certina. But I think I only remember that because it was like $1,000. It was like a round number. But you messed me up with like weird numbers. Like I don't remember what I paid for the Doxa, and I don't remember what I paid for. What else did I buy recently? Um, the Avant, and then some other Notice watches and stuff like that. I really don't remember what I paid for them. So yeah, I need an unpaid intern for sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna turn off some lights. Is there any last? I know I wasn't really prepared to answer the question, but I was actually more interested to kind of see what you guys thought I spent, and then maybe I could just feed off on that. So you think the Doxa is the best this year? As far as most expensive, maybe, but that Certina is actually a really slick dive watch. That one's actually really cool. No, typically other than I'm doing the theme right now, I'm just kind of adhering to the theme of the week, so every day I'm wearing a different watch. And that's actually gotten me, thankfully, Tim does that because it's actually gotten me wearing different watches that I just haven't been wearing. So, like tomorrow, I have a Hamilton that my rich friend Todd gave me. So I haven't been wearing that watch. So tomorrow I'm going to wear that watch because that's my only Hamilton. So that's pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, on a regular rotation, when I put a watch on, typically I wear it 3 days. I'm usually on a 3-day rotation. Okay, it's over an hour. Let's do the loom shot. Is there any last minute questions? Dachshund 13 extremely strong watches. I agree. Those are pretty solid watches. And this is not a loom fest here. We got to get. Ooh, look at that. It's pretty cool. What's going on back here? Is there anything else looming back there? That's not too bad. Is that better? Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next vid.